What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of 22 Jump Street. And of course, 22 Jump Street stars Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, Ice Cube, and it's directed by Phil something and Christopher Miller. Phil Lord. And these directors just came out of nowhere. They made 21 Jump Street. That ended up being like a huge success. Then they go and make the Lego movie, and then it's just a freaking... Now, fresh off of that, they're doing 22 Jump Street, and this just sees our favorite cops that go undercover. They went undercover in high school. Now they're going to college. It's pretty much the same thing, and they really stress that. That is the same exact thing. I mean, you don't know how many times they say that in the movie. Do the same thing. So of course this new drug is being passed around in this college, so they're gonna try to find it. They're gonna infiltrate and just pretty much do the same thing. And does the same thing actually work? Is it gonna work like, oh fuck yeah, it does. This movie is hysterical. Hilarious, guys. I mean, jeez. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, the reviews showed it right there. Everybody's going like, wow, this sequel is pretty much the greatest sequel ever. It's the funniest sequel because it's kind of hard to determine which one's funnier, the first one or the second one. I mean, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, who the fuck would have known that these guys would have had such great chemistry? You're talking about the guy who was in Step Up and Fighting, and the fat kid from Knocked Up and Superbad. You would not expect these two to have just like the greatest chemistry you'll ever see. I mean, honestly, it's like an anomaly. How the hell do these guys have such great chemistry? Maybe it's just because they're so opposite when it comes to like the roles they've done and the way they look. Maybe that's just how it works, because these guys just knock it out of the park when it comes to just feeding each other lines, and you know a lot of it's improv probably. And you know what's great about this movie too, guys? You know, and a lot of people worry about trailers ruining the movie. Well, a lot of the funny stuff that's in the trailer and the TV spots, not in the movie. That's a good thing, because you've already seen it a million times when it's on your TV, so why do you want to see it again in the actual film, which is great. Like, instead of showing you those scenes, you see a bunch of different, more funny scenes. I mean, this movie is so self-aware, it's ridiculous. I mean, it almost gets maybe annoying sometimes when they really, like, stress on how, you know, they're basically parodying anything, any kind of buddy cop movie, any kind of other undercover cop movie. I mean, they're really just making this movie self-aware, and they're just going, yeah, this is a fucking movie. But it still works because, like I said, you just love these two guys. You love the chemistry. You love the lines that are coming out of their mouths. And then the supporting cast works too. Ice Cube, he has a freaking scene where you just go, holy shit, this is just hysterical. I mean, it's so awkward, but it's so hysterical, and he just loses his mind, and it's just, that's probably the funniest I've ever seen Ice Cube ever. And then what's her name? I can't think of her name right now, but she's in Workaholics, you know, yeah, her. She, of course, is hilarious as well. She's so subtle. She's just so, like, straight to the point, and she just stabs you with her words, because there's no change in tone, there's no nothing. She just gets you, and her and Jonah Hill go back and forth many times, and it's nonstop laughter. I would say my only gripe about the movie was, like, yeah, they really stress that, hey, this is a movie, do the same thing. They're very self-aware. I mean, sometimes it's like, all right, we get it, but sometimes when they bring it back, you go, ha, 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 ha. I don't really laugh like that. Okay, I do. The end credit scene. I kept hearing about the end credit scene and how great it is and everything like that, and it's so freaking fantastic. Cameos and just, yeah, I can't spoil it for you. I'm not going to let you know exactly what happens, but just watch and you'll be satisfied. But the real question is, does this movie deserve to be on the wall of my favorite movies of 2014? Oh, yes, it does. There you go. It's on the wall. That just shows you how much I love this movie. Do I like it better than 21 Jump Street? It's very hard to... I have to watch 21 Jump Street again just to see, because this one was just so funny. I mean, I didn't find myself belly laughing as much as I thought I would be, but there was just so many times where you're just smiling and you're just loving the dialogue coming out of these guys' mouth and just the chemistry that they have and just the shit that they go through. It's just, that's just what does it. I mean, these two just knock it out of the park. I hope they make a third one, honestly. I mean, keep the joke going. Why not? Well, alright guys, let me know if you saw 22 Jump Street down below in the balls area, and let me know what you thought of it. And also hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and please visit filmjunkie.com for your latest in movie news, trailers, and film reviews such as this one, written out. Well, not really written type. Alright guys, I'm David, the Film Junkie, and I brought you a film review of 22 Jump Street. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I mean, what's funny about this movie is, like, you know, it's very, like I said, self-aware. It knows what it's trying to be, but it's not exactly a parody. That's what A Million Ways to Die in the West kind of was. This movie was funnier, for sure, but I'm just saying, A Million Ways to Die in the West was kind of, like, very self-aware. It knew what it was going to be. I think what drove that movie down a little bit was just there's too much Seth MacFarlane. Maybe, you know, too much of him. You know, it's hard to accept Seth MacFarlane as a human being. We just know him as a voice. Why am I even talking about that movie? That was like 2 weeks ago. I was shut the fucking camera off.